In today's world, distractions are endless. Our minds race, pulled in 1,000 directions by the demands of work, relationships, and the constant noise of modern life. How often do you feel like life is moving too fast, slipping through your fingers as you struggle to keep up? How often do you wish for a moment of peace, a way to regain control over your life? But what if I told you that an ancient philosophy, one practiced for centuries, holds the key to finding calm amidst the chaos? A guide that helps you navigate life's challenges with clarity, wisdom, and courage. That philosophy is Stoicism, not just a set of beliefs, but a practical way of living. Imagine being able to reclaim control of your mind, your emotions, and your life. Are you ready to discover how Stoicism can empower you to find peace and purpose, no matter what life throws at you? Let's explore how this ancient wisdom can transform your life today. Life can feel like a storm, pulling you in every direction, making you lose sight of your peace. But remember, control doesn't come from fixing the world around you. It comes from mastering yourself. When chaos hits, don't let it steal your calm. Instead, learn to rise above it. You don't need to control every situation. You just need to control your mind. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Take a step back. Imagine approaching life's challenges not with stress or fear, but with quiet confidence. There's peace in knowing you don't have to react to everything that happens. Focus on your own response, your own choices. That's the real power you hold. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you free yourself. Let go of what's beyond your reach and keep your mind steady. Like the lone figure walking through nature, calm amidst the noise. Be unmoved by the storms around you. Life will test you, just as it always does, but how you face it will define you. You're not stuck. You've faced hard days before, and you'll face them again. But this time, choose to meet them with grace. Every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. No situation has the power to break you unless you allow it. Stay calm, reflect on your actions, and choose to rise above. Focus on what's within your control, your attitude, your thoughts, your responses. That's where real freedom lies. Stoicism doesn't just ask you to survive life's storms. It shows you how to thrive through them. Life is full of choices. Every day, you stand at a crossroads. What guides you when the path ahead seems uncertain? For the Stoics, there are 3 virtues that light the way: wisdom, courage, and temperance. These aren't just lofty ideas to ponder. They're tools, real and practical, that you can use to navigate your life. Wisdom isn't just about knowledge. It's about clarity. It's knowing what truly matters and having the strength to let go of what doesn't. In a world full of distractions, wisdom allows you to see things for what they are, stripped of emotion or confusion. When life throws its challenges your way, wisdom is that quiet voice within, reminding you to focus on what you can change and to release the rest. Think of it like standing on a mountain, looking at the world below with a clearer view. Only wisdom gives you that perspective. But even with wisdom, life will demand more of you. This is where courage steps in. Courage isn't about being fearless. It's about facing fear with strength. It's having the bravery to keep moving forward when everything in you wants to turn back. Courage is standing firm when the road is tough, trusting that every hardship is an opportunity for growth. Like a tree that grows stronger after every storm, each challenge makes you more resilient. Courage isn't loud, it's steady. It's that quiet, unshakable belief that no matter what comes your way, you'll face it with grace. Then there's temperance, the virtue that keeps you grounded. In a world that constantly pushes you toward excess, whether it's in emotions, desires, or actions, temperance calls for balance. It teaches you the power of restraint, the beauty of moderation. With temperance, you don't chase every fleeting pleasure, nor do you let your emotions rule you. You stay steady, calm, and focused on what truly matters. It's like a river, flowing smoothly without being swept away by the currents of temptation. These three virtues, wisdom, courage, temperance, aren't just ideals to admire from afar. They are a compass, guiding you through life's noise and chaos. They help you make the right decisions, face your fears, and find peace in balance. When you live by these virtues, you don't just survive life. You rise above it, stronger, wiser, and more in tune with who you truly are. Life is full of situations beyond your control, waiting in traffic, facing unexpected challenges, dealing with other people's opinions. These moments can easily steal your peace if you let them. But here's the truth. The Stoics knew long ago that the key to inner peace isn't found in changing the outside world, but in mastering the world within. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. The minutes tick by, and your frustration builds. You can't change the traffic, no matter how hard you try. You can honk, you can curse, you can let the stress ruin your day, but none of it will make the cars move faster. Now picture this. Instead of letting anger take over, you take a deep breath. You remind yourself that you can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction. Instead of wasting energy on frustration, you put on a podcast or some music you love. Suddenly, the time doesn't feel wasted. You've shifted your mindset, and with that, you've regained control of your experience. This is the essence of Stoicism, focusing only on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, said it perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you shift your focus inward, when you let go of the need to control everything outside of you, something remarkable happens. You find strength in places you didn't know existed. Your energy is no longer wasted on what-ifs or should-haves. Instead, it's channeled toward what you can influence, your thoughts, your actions, and how you choose to show up in the world. Think about how often we let things we can't control steal our peace. The weather, other people's reactions, unexpected changes. We get caught up in them, forgetting that these things are beyond our reach. The Stoics remind us to refocus on the things we can control, our mindset, our actions, and how we respond to the world. When you stop trying to change what's outside of your control, you free yourself from frustration and anxiety. You reclaim your power. You find a calm center within yourself that can weather any storm, not because the world around you changes, but because you have changed. In every moment, you have a choice. Waste your energy on what you can't control, or focus on mastering what you can. The latter leads to strength, resilience, and peace. So the next time you're faced with a situation that feels overwhelming, when the world seems too big and too chaotic, remember the Stoic lesson. Focus on what you can control, and let go of what you cannot. It's in that release that you'll find your true power. Every day you wake up, you have a choice. To live with intention, or to let life pull you in 1,000 directions. For the Stoics, this choice wasn't made just once. It was made every single day, through small, mindful actions. Stoicism isn't something you just read about and forget. It's something you live, breathe, and embody. It's a daily practice, a journey of growth that starts the moment you open your eyes in the morning. Picture this. You begin your day with a few moments of stillness. You sit quietly, letting your mind settle before the chaos of the day begins. Maybe you write in a journal, setting your intentions, reminding yourself of what truly matters. You reflect on the virtues of wisdom, courage, and temperance, how you can embody them today, even in the smallest ways. This morning ritual isn't about perfection. It's about creating space for clarity and purpose. As the day unfolds, you carry those virtues with you. There's a difficult conversation at work. Someone criticizes your ideas. Instead of reacting with frustration, you pause. You remember that Stoicism teaches you to focus on what you can control. So you listen calmly. You take a breath. Let go of the need to defend yourself and respond with grace. In that moment, you've practiced courage, not by fighting back, but by controlling your reaction, by staying true to your values. Later in the day, when faced with a tempting distraction or a decision that could lead you away from your goals, you practice temperance. You choose moderation, knowing that true peace doesn't come from indulging every desire, but from living in harmony with your deeper self. These small, mindful choices might seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they shape who you are. They strengthen your character, deepening your resilience and your ability to face life's challenges with grace. Then, as the day comes to a close, you find a moment of quiet reflection. You think about the choices you made, where you lived in alignment with your values, and where you might have strayed. But instead of judging yourself harshly, you use this reflection as an opportunity to learn and grow. The Stoics knew that self-improvement wasn't about reaching perfection. It was about learning from each day and striving to be better tomorrow. This is what daily Stoic practice looks like. Small, intentional moments that, over time, transform your life. The Stoics believed that through repetition, through mindful application of their principles, we build strength. We grow more resilient, more centered, and more capable of handling whatever life throws our way. Living with intention doesn't mean you won't stumble. It doesn't mean you won't face difficulties or moments of weakness. What it means is that you will approach each day as an opportunity to live more fully, to embody the virtues of wisdom, courage, and temperance, and to grow into the person you were meant to be. It's not about perfection. It's about practice. And it's through that practice that we find our strength. Life doesn't hand us a map with clear directions. Instead, it presents us with challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that seem, at times, insurmountable. But Stoicism reminds us that these very challenges are the foundation of our growth. It's not about achieving perfection or a final victory. It's about the journey, the day-to-day practice of resilience, the steady, unshakable commitment to becoming stronger through every storm we weather. Imagine for a moment the times you've been knocked down. Maybe it was a career setback, a personal loss that shattered your world, or a physical challenge that pushed you to your limits. In those moments, it's easy to feel like life is working against you. But Stoicism turns that idea on its head. It teaches us that these moments are not barriers. They are stepping stones. Each hardship, each disappointment is an opportunity to build resilience, to deepen our understanding of ourselves, and to grow into a more capable, grounded version of who we are. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher who knew all too well the pain of adversity, said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Think about that for a second. Just as your muscles grow stronger through strain, through effort, through pushing past what feels comfortable, so too does your mind grow stronger when you face challenges head-on. It's through the moments of struggle, when life feels like it's testing you the most, that you develop the resilience to keep going. Resilience, in the Stoic sense, is not about enduring pain for the sake of it. It's about transforming that pain into strength. It's about recognizing that every difficulty carries within it a lesson, a chance to become more aligned with your true self. The more you face, the more you realize that you have a well of strength, deeper than you ever imagined. And with each challenge, that well grows even deeper. Picture the person who has faced career setbacks, someone whose path seemed clear, only to have the rug pulled out from under them. At first, there's frustration, maybe even anger, but in time, they learn to focus on what they can control. They adapt, they push forward, and in doing so, they find not only a new path, but a deeper sense of purpose. This is the Stoic way. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about understanding that failure is part of the process, that it's shaping you into someone more resilient, more capable, and more centered. Then, think of someone who has faced personal loss, perhaps the most painful of life's trials. The initial grief may seem unbearable, but with time and reflection, they learn to carry that loss in a way that honors the past while still moving forward. They don't forget, but they find strength in knowing that they have survived something profound. In that survival, in that process of healing, they build resilience. They learn that while life may bring sorrow, it also brings growth, and with each passing day, they become more in tune with the deeper truths of life. And there's the physical challenge, the athlete who pushes their body to its limits, the person recovering from an injury, the individual fighting through illness. In every moment of physical strain, they have a choice: give in to the pain or push through it, using it to become stronger. Stoicism teaches us that physical obstacles are no different from mental or emotional ones. The body, like the mind, grows stronger when it's challenged, and in pushing through those challenges, we discover the strength we never knew we had. This is the lifelong growth that Stoicism encourages. It's not about the destination, but about the constant journey toward becoming the best version of ourselves. It's about understanding that life's challenges are not meant to break us, but to build us. And it's through facing those challenges, day after day, that we develop true resilience, the kind that allows us to face whatever comes our way with grace, strength, and unwavering courage. So, when life tests you, when it feels like the world is throwing obstacle after obstacle in your path, remember this: you are growing. Each challenge is shaping you, making you more resilient, more grounded, and more capable of living a meaningful life. As you continue this journey, know that Stoicism is there to guide you, reminding you that the difficulties you face today are the building blocks of the strength you'll carry tomorrow. Marcus Aurelius. His name echoes through history, not just as a great Roman emperor, but as a philosopher who found clarity and peace amidst the overwhelming responsibilities of ruling an empire. Imagine the weight of leading one of the greatest civilizations in history, making decisions that affected millions of lives. Yet, despite the constant pressures, the threats of war, and the complexities of governing, Marcus Aurelius remained deeply committed to the Stoic principles of humility, self-discipline, and inner strength. As he wrote in his Meditations, Marcus never viewed himself as above the struggles of ordinary life. His reflections were not crafted for public approval. They were private notes to himself, reminders to stay grounded, to live virtuously, to control his reactions, even when the world around him was chaotic. These thoughts, penned in quiet moments amidst the noise of imperial duties, now resonate deeply with anyone who seeks wisdom in the face of life's challenges. Picture Marcus Aurelius sitting alone after a long day, reflecting on the events that unfolded, some victories, some defeats, some moments of clarity, others clouded by uncertainty. But through it all, he held fast to his Stoic training, reminding himself of one essential truth: control what you can and accept what you cannot. He once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the wisdom that transcends time, bridging the gap between the ancient and modern worlds. Today, you don't need to be an emperor to feel the weight of responsibility. Perhaps you're leading a team at work, managing the demands of a family, or simply trying to keep your head above water amidst the daily grind. In these moments, when life feels overwhelming, Marcus's words can offer a lifeline. His meditations teach us that no matter how much pressure we face, we always have the choice to respond with calm, clarity, and purpose. Think about it. Each day brings a new set of challenges, some minor, some major, but all testing our resolve. Maybe it's a tough decision at work, an unexpected argument with a loved one, or the crushing weight of uncertainty about the future. In these moments, Marcus reminds us to step back, to breathe, and to remember that our strength lies not in controlling the external world, but in mastering our internal world. Take, for example, the modern professional, juggling deadlines, dealing with office politics, trying to stay focused while the demands pile up. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to get lost in the chaos. But what if, like Marcus, they could pause, reflect, and ask themselves, what's within my control here? The answer is always the same: my thoughts, my actions, my responses. Everything else, other people's opinions, the outcome of events, the chaos around us, is beyond our grasp. Once we truly accept this, we free ourselves from the unnecessary stress of trying to change the unchangeable. Or consider the parent, exhausted from balancing work, family, and personal needs, trying to do their best for their children while feeling the constant pressure of getting it all right. In those moments of doubt, they might turn to Marcus's reflection. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. This reminder can cut through the noise of self-doubt and perfectionism, urging them to simply do their best in each moment, knowing that their actions, grounded in love and virtue, are enough. Even in relationships, Marcus Aurelius offers timeless advice. When we feel wronged, misunderstood, or frustrated by those we care about, it's easy to react emotionally. But Marcus teaches us to respond thoughtfully, not reactively. He believed that our relationships, like our leadership and our personal struggles, could benefit from patience, understanding, and the steady application of Stoic virtues. "The best revenge," he wrote, "is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Instead of mirroring the negativity of others, we can rise above, acting from a place of inner strength and virtue. It's incredible, really, how these meditations, written centuries ago by a Roman emperor, still have the power to guide us in today's fast-paced world. Whether you're handling the pressures of a high-stakes career, navigating personal relationships, or simply seeking peace in the daily chaos, Marcus's words remind us that Stoicism isn't just an ancient philosophy. It's a practical guide for living with grace and resilience in the face of life's inevitable challenges. The beauty of Marcus Aurelius's influence is that he wasn't just a thinker. He was a doer. He lived Stoicism, embodied it, and showed us that it's possible to remain grounded in the midst of even the most turbulent times. His life is a testament to the idea that no matter how heavy the burden, no matter how chaotic the world, there is always a place of calm and control within us. As you continue on your own journey, think of Marcus not as some distant historical figure, but as a guide, someone who walked the path before you. faced the same doubts and fears, and left behind a map. And in following that map, you too can find strength, clarity, and peace in the chaos of life. The past, how often does it haunt us? Regrets we carry, words we wish we could take back, opportunities we feel we missed. And then there's the future, that vast, unknown expanse we endlessly worry about. Will we succeed? Will we fail? What will tomorrow bring? It's so easy to get trapped between these two worlds, the weight of what's behind us and the fear of what lies ahead. But the Stoics offer us an alternative, a way out of this exhausting cycle. Confine yourself to the present, Marcus Aurelius urged. And in that simple directive lies a powerful truth. Life only happens now. The past is gone, the future uncertain, but the present moment, that's where our true power lies. Imagine how different life would feel if you let go of the regrets that gnaw at you and the worries that steal your peace. What if, instead of replaying old mistakes in your mind or anxiously planning for every possible future outcome, you simply allowed yourself to be here now? Picture yourself sitting at a table with friends, savoring a meal, fully present in the conversation, not distracted by the phone in your hand or the thoughts swirling in your head. You're just there, listening, engaging, appreciating. The Stoics believed that when we focus on the present, we liberate ourselves from suffering. Seneca, reflecting on the nature of time, wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." He understood that much of our pain isn't rooted in the moment itself, but in our fears of what's to come or our inability to let go of the past. But the present moment? It's simpler than that. It just is. It doesn't carry the burdens of yesterday or the uncertainties of tomorrow. It's pure, and it's available to us if we choose to live in it. Think about it. How many moments of joy have you missed because your mind was somewhere else? How often have you found yourself so caught up in future plans or past mistakes that you forget to appreciate what's right in front of you? Maybe it's the sound of your child's laughter, the taste of your morning coffee, or the feeling of sunshine on your skin. These are the small, beautiful moments that make up a life. But to truly experience them, you have to be present for them. The Stoics remind us that the only time we truly have is this moment, right now. And when you live fully in it, something incredible happens. The weight of regret and anxiety begins to lift. You start to see that much of what you worry about never comes to pass, and that the past, no matter how painful, can't be changed. What you can change is how you experience this moment. Imagine yourself stuck in traffic, frustrated and impatient. Your mind races with thoughts. I'm going to be late. Why didn't I leave earlier? But what if, instead of feeding that frustration, you let it go? What if you turned on a podcast or your favorite song and allowed yourself to simply be there, in that moment, accepting it for what it is? Suddenly, the traffic doesn't feel like a personal attack. It's just traffic. And you? You're calm, at peace, because you've chosen to live in the present, to control the one thing you can, your reaction. This isn't just about finding peace in peaceful moments. It's about finding peace in the chaotic ones too. Life will always have its storms, its uncertainties. But when you learn to live in the present, you realize that even in the midst of those storms, there is always calm to be found. The present moment is your anchor, grounding you no matter how turbulent the seas may get. The practice of living in the present is a daily choice. It's not easy, especially when the past calls out to us with its familiar ache, or the future dangles its possibilities and fears. But every time you pull yourself back to the here and now, you're reclaiming your peace. You're reminding yourself that this moment, this breath, this thought, this action is all that truly exists. So take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let go of the past. Release your grip on the future, and focus on this moment. As the Stoics knew so well, it is in this moment that we find our true power, our true peace. Embrace it, live it, and watch how the world around you begins to change, not because it's different, but because you are. Life rarely goes according to plan. There are moments when the weight of the world seems too heavy to bear, when setbacks come one after another, and it feels as though everything is crumbling around you. Illness strikes, financial security slips away, or you face personal loss that leaves you feeling hollow. But it's in these moments, when we are pushed to our limits, that Stoicism reveals its deepest power. Because resilience isn't about avoiding the storm, it's about learning to stand strong in the midst of it. The Stoics believed that hardship was not something to fear or shy away from. Instead, they saw it as an opportunity, a chance to grow stronger, wiser, more resolute. As Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And in that statement lies the essence of Stoic resilience, the understanding that while life may throw challenges our way, we always retain control over how we respond. Imagine a tree standing tall in a fierce windstorm. The branches bend, the leaves may fall, but the trunk remains rooted, unshaken by the elements. That is the picture of resilience the Stoics ask us to cultivate. We can't always control the circumstances life gives us, but we can decide whether we'll bend or break. We can choose to dig deep, to ground ourselves in inner strength, and to face the storm with courage and grace. Think about the challenges you've faced in your own life. Maybe it was an unexpected illness, the loss of a job, or the end of a relationship. In those moments, you may have felt like the ground was falling away beneath you. But somehow, you're still here. You're still standing. And that's because within you, there is a well of resilience that runs deeper than you might realize. The Stoics remind us that hardship doesn't weaken us. It reveals the strength we've had all along. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, said Marcus Aurelius. In other words, every obstacle you encounter is a stepping stone. It's not a wall meant to stop you. It's a challenge meant to shape you. Each setback, each disappointment is an invitation to rise above, to push forward, to become something greater than you were before. Visualize a person facing a series of life challenges. Perhaps they've lost their job, and their financial future feels uncertain. They could crumble, fall into despair, and allow the weight of their fear to consume them. But instead, they pause. They take a breath. They remember what the Stoics taught, that this too is an opportunity. And slowly, they begin to rebuild. They find strength they didn't know they had. They adapt, they learn, and with every small step, they grow stronger, more centered. This is the heart of Stoicism, embracing adversity, knowing that every trial is a chance to fortify your inner walls. Resilience isn't about never feeling pain or fear. It's about acknowledging those emotions, but not letting them dictate your actions. It's about standing firm, not because the world is kind, but because you are stronger than the challenges it presents. When you think of resilience, don't think of it as something distant or unattainable. It's already within you, waiting to be called upon. Every time you've faced a hardship and come out the other side, even if scarred, you've built that resilience. Every time you've chosen to keep going, despite the odds, you've strengthened it. Resilience, the Stoics teach us, is a practice. It's cultivated not in moments of ease, but in moments of trial. And the more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. So the next time life throws a challenge your way, remember this: you have been here before. You have faced difficulties and overcome them. And now, standing on the shoulders of those past experiences, you are even more capable of facing what's ahead. Resilience is the quiet strength that tells you, no matter what happens, you will endure. You will not only survive the storm, you will grow because of it. And that is the power of Stoicism. It doesn't offer us an escape from life's difficulties. Instead, it gives us the tools to face them with grace, courage, and an unshakable belief in our own strength. So, as you move forward in life, don't fear the challenges that await. Embrace them. Know that each one is shaping you, honing your character, making you stronger. And in the end, you will emerge not just as someone who has survived, but as someone who has thrived, forged in the fires of adversity. The world is full of uncertainty. Each day brings new challenges, unexpected twists, and moments that test our resolve. But within the heart of every individual lies the power to choose how to respond, how to face adversity, and how to shape their own path through life. And that's what Stoicism offers: a guiding light, a steady hand, and a quiet strength that helps us navigate through the chaos with grace. As the final moments of this journey unfold, imagine a montage of individuals, people just like you, facing the ups and downs of life. A young woman standing at the edge of a decision that could alter her career, a father comforting his child during difficult times, a person lost in deep reflection after a long day. They are all living in alignment with Stoic principles, facing their personal battles not with fear, but with resilience, mindfulness, and inner strength. These are the moments when Stoicism truly shines, not in grand gestures, but in the quiet, deliberate choices we make each day. Stoicism reminds us that while we may not have control over the obstacles we encounter, we have complete control over our minds, our actions, and our responses. This is where our true power lies. It's not about avoiding life's storms, but learning how to dance in the rain. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Visualize yourself in the same situations you face daily: the small irritations, the difficult conversations, the bigger moments of pain and uncertainty. Now, imagine yourself responding differently, not reacting impulsively, but with calm, thoughtful intention. This is the essence of the Stoic path: the ability to pause, reflect, and act in accordance with your true values, regardless of what's happening around you. As you stand at the crossroads of your own life, remember the core virtues that Stoicism teaches us: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. These aren't abstract ideals reserved for philosophers of the past. They are living principles that guide your decisions and your actions. Each choice you make is an opportunity to practice them. Each moment of frustration is a chance to apply patience. Each challenge is an invitation to grow stronger. Think of a man standing before a mountain. To one person, the mountain may seem insurmountable, a barrier too high, too difficult to climb. But to another, it's a challenge, a path to new heights, a test that will reveal their strength. The mountain remains the same. What changes is how each person chooses to see it. The same is true for the obstacles in your own life. Will they break you, or will they make you? Stoicism teaches us to see every difficulty, every setback, not as a reason to give up, but as an opportunity to rise, to grow, to become more than you were yesterday. When we embrace this mindset, when we live with wisdom, courage, and balance, we discover an inner peace that can weather any storm. A peace that isn't dependent on the outside world, but is cultivated deep within. As the montage of people living their lives continues, we see them handling everyday moments with grace. A woman letting go of past regrets. A man choosing kindness over anger in a heated conversation. A group of friends coming together with a sense of understanding and patience. These are the quiet victories of Stoicism, the moments when we choose to live in harmony with our values, regardless of what the world throws at us. In the end, Stoicism is not about perfection. It's not about never feeling pain or fear. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you have the strength to face it, that your mind is your most powerful tool, and that, as long as you stay true to your values, you are always in control of your own life. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, said Marcus Aurelius. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to practice Stoicism, to strengthen your resolve, and to grow into the person you are meant to be. So as you move forward from here, ask yourself, are you ready to embrace the Stoic path? Are you ready to live a life not defined by external events, but by your inner strength? This journey is not easy. It requires daily practice, constant reflection, and a commitment to growth. But in the end, it is a path that leads to true peace, true resilience, and a life lived in harmony with who you really are. Visuals return to the lone figure, standing once again in the serenity of nature, breathing in the stillness. The world may be chaotic, but within there is calm, there is peace, and that is the gift of Stoicism, the ability to find clarity, strength, and purpose in a world that often feels out of control. Are you ready to embrace this path? The choice is yours.